I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Marvel is making their movies over in the UK now. Maybe they're getting a tax break, some kind of incentive. But for whatever reason, they are leaving Georgia and moving to the UK. And that caused a lot of people to lose their jobs over in Georgia. A lot of people were getting nice, steady work out of this deal. Well, they're leaving. They're going to the UK. Now, there's an interesting little hang-up for them, though, that's happened from this move, that it might make these plans a little harder than they think things are going to go for them over there. And that's the fact that Trump is now talking about putting 100% tariff on movies made outside of America. So I don't know exactly all of the details of this. Really, nobody does, because it's just some shit he posted on social media. I think this sounds more like a threat than anything else. I don't even know what he wants to do here. I mean, that's going to be a disaster for anime if this happens, and it's just, well, everything that doesn't get made here is going to get taxed up the ass. I don't like that. I don't think anime should be taxed to hell if it comes over here. Now, if this is going to specifically target American studios for going overseas and then coming back here, kind of like he does with a lot of the companies that leave for cheap labor and then come back and bring their cars over here, such like the car manufacturers, like they put a lot of stuff in Mexico and so on and so on. That would make a little bit more sense and line up with stuff that he's done previously. So I think that's the angle there. Oh, you want to take your movies to London and then bring them back here? Well, we're going to tariff you. That would make more sense to me. And I think that's the route he's talking about here. But honestly, don't think he's going to do this in general. I think he's just doing it to piss off Gavin Newsom, who he likes messing with. But if this were to happen, and it were to be the scenario that I was talking about, that's really going to screw Marvel over big time. They're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So, that's really going to pound those movies. And they already have problems with budgets, okay? So imagine this big-ass tariff on top of this. I talked about this yesterday, and not a lot of people are really even going over the fact that Demon Slayer was such a huge hit. Do you know how much Demon Slayer cost? $20 million. $20 million to make Infinity Castle. At least that's what was being reported to me the other day. I mean, that is nothing. And that's some of the best animation that I've ever seen in an animated movie. It's fantastic. But unfortunately, if you don't watch the show or at least read the book, I don't know how you would have a good time watching that movie. Like I said before, it's like walking into the final act of a show. And in fact, it is the final act of a series. This is the end of the manga, the final battle of the entire franchise. So, I mean, apparently enough people have seen it that it didn't matter because it made $618 million worldwide. And when you take the budget into this equation here, this is destroying everything in Hollywood. So, that would really put a stomp on shit like this coming out over here with a tariff like that. And I am so much more hyped for anime, anything, than a lot of the American stuff anymore. And I'm not the only one there. I mean, anime is huge now. It's huge with Gen Z. Over half of Gen Z worldwide watch anime now, which is pretty damn impressive, and that's up from the previous generation, and that's because parents are watching anime with their kids. And it's only going to increase every generation, especially as they continue to make garbage over here in the West. And I'm not saying it's all bad. Like, I liked Superman. Superman, though, really not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it. liked it better than Man of Steel. That always pisses people off. But Fantastic Four, not a very good movie. Like most of the Marvel slop, it's been pretty dull or bad. I think Fantastic Four is definitely one of the better movies they've made, but I still really it was like, okay. I wasn't blown away. I didn't walk away like excited about anything. It's just a movie. It's the opposite of what it used to be, where you would walk away excited from watching a movie. But if something like this were to happen and it's going to be all-encompassing, this will hurt the anime industry, which I don't like because I enjoy a lot of anime. It's where I get the majority of my entertainment nowadays, because I would just rather watch some good anime than a lot of the bullshit coming out of Hollywood, like that one battle after another movie, which I guess is very much a pro-Antifa style movie. It's very much into promoting like radicals and freedom fighters, revolutionaries. Good on that. I'm good on that. I'd rather watch somebody shoot laser beams out of their hands or something. So anyway, here's what he put. Our movie-making business has been stolen from the United States of America by other countries, just like stealing candy from a baby. California, with its weak and incompetent governor, has been particularly hit hard. Therefore, in order to solve this long-time, never-ending problem, I will be imposing a 100% tariff on any and all movies that are made outside of the United States. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. President DJT. And then they put this out. OMG, Trump is now placing tariffs on Jesus, which I believe that movie is being shot outside of the U.S. This is why I don't think that this will work very well. And, you know, he's got guys that he talks to when it comes to Hollywood, like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, Stallone's one of them. I imagine they will probably try to convince him to do this in a better way. Because some movies shoot all over the world. Sometimes you have to shoot in different locations, and I think that should be fine. Like Passion of the Christ, you can't really shoot that very well over here. Same thing with some other movies that need to be shot on location, and I guess you can build sets, but I think this is a messy tariff. I'm not a fan of this one. However, I would also kind of laugh at Marvel having to pay more money. So, you know, I think this is a threat. I don't think he's going to actually do this. And I think his little crew of ambassadors like Sylvester Stallone will probably convince him that this might not be the best idea. However, I'm sure they're shaking over at Disney because this would really screw them over big time, especially with them shooting everything in the UK now. I mean, not everything. I think... Oh, no, I guess they are shooting that in Scotland, huh? I thought they were shooting some of those scenes over here in New York. That's interesting. Either way, it'll be fun to watch the fallout. I mean, we can always get anime the old-fashioned way, you know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. So, I do enjoy going to the theater to watch these movies. I would like more anime, like next month, I think, right? Next month or December... November, we are getting Chainsaw Man in the theaters, which I'm kind of excited for. So I want to keep that happening. They're finally releasing these like real movies now, not just weekend releases with 2 frickin' showings. Like you can actually catch it a week later when it's not packed. You can go and just enjoy it then, which I would appreciate. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.